Before we start, if you're trying to avoid all spoilers for Persona 5 Tactica, including officially revealed information, then you probably shouldn't watch this, because I am going to talk about the DLC and the information that was recently revealed for it. Anyways, if you've heard about the Persona 5 Tactica DLC, then you probably know what I'm going to talk about here. So it officially got revealed that the two characters being featured in P5T's DLC are Akechi and Kasumi. Who could have guessed that two fan-favorite characters would be part of a DLC episode? Oh, and we're gonna spoil Royal here, so if you haven't finished Royal, I highly recommend that you come back after you finish that. But you'd think I'd be happy seeing two of my favorite characters show up again in an official piece of Persona 5 media. Unfortunately, with the details that have been revealed so far, I'm not totally sure that I'm actually that excited for this.
In my opinion, we should wait until right before the time limit.
Tactica's main story seems to take place post-Maruki, or at least post-Yaldabaoth. From Haru and Makoto talking about graduation to the story taking place on a winter day, there's a lot of evidence to suggest that Tactica will be set at the end of the third semester. Lavenza's presence all but confirms it being set at least post-Yaldabaoth. But the same is apparently not true for the DLC. Repaint Your Heart seems to take place during Sai's arc. I don't believe it's been confirmed officially, but there are some very obvious pointers towards this. One obviously being Akechi's outfit. He dons his Detective Prince outfit for this story, and continues to present himself in the same way of being a
righteous, sincere Detective Prince.
Then on the other hand you have Sumire, who is labeled as Kasumi in the videos we've seen, which means this DLC probably has to take place before Maruki's palace. There's a lot of reason to believe this DLC episode is going to take place before the third semester, and honestly, that's really disappointing.
By the way,
What's the matter?
well, I'm not sure how to put it.
My issue with this isn't that I think the game or the story will be bad per se, but that its impact on Persona 5 as a whole is basically nothing. The whole Tactica story is probably already a big nothing burger, but at least the characters are at the end of their arcs from Royal. The DLC is a lot worse, because you have to trudge back to when Akechi and Kasumi were still not their true selves, which is just disappointing as a whole. Both of these characters are way more likable once they shed their skin and show who they really are. And it's frustrating that Atlus has decided that we still can't make this common knowledge when it's been 7 years since Persona 5 and 4 years since Royal. As long as you don't include any information like that in the promotional material, I don't think it really matters that much. I can't speak for everyone, but I'm sure a lot of people resonate with my feelings. You could even include a spoiler warning for people who haven't finished Persona 5 Royal, so that if they see that, they can go back and finish Royal before playing Tactica. I play Persona for the story. Yes, an action-based Persona game is cool. A tactics Persona game is also cool, but gameplay is kind of secondary to me with this series. I feel like a lot of my excitement is toned down because I have to expect that Tactica will not have an ounce of impact on the characters as a whole. In the end, everyone will probably forget it all happened, and this goes for the DLC as well.
She's always trapped by... Why is her persona doing this? What in the world is going on here?
My disappointment aside, I think that there's a reason Atlus is making the story this way, and that is spoilers. And I mean literally spoilers, to avoid spoiling anything from Persona 5. Probably within the last 6 years or so, companies have had a rabid obsession with spoilers in some form. Either showing their entire product before it's out, or locking down spoilers and information as much as possible. Atlus has put up streaming guidelines for pretty much all their games, and even implements recording blocking for some titles past a certain point. They only recently lifted those guidelines for Persona 5 Royal's final arc. Not that they've truly enforced it, like they don't issue strikes and takedowns for content that is past their spoiler policy, and you can record if you have a capture card and a decent enough PC, and stream it all you want, so it doesn't really matter. But again, this DLC is probably happening at this point to avoid spoiling what happens in the Royal arc. Why no Black Mask Akechi? That's spoilers. Why no Sumire? Also, major spoilers. This might be, for some reason, someone's first Persona game. So obviously we want them intrigued enough to stick around and play the base game without any major reveals. And that honestly just kind of sucks. Listen, if I'm gonna play a spin-off, for a game that has a long, extended plot, and I get spoiled on some major events, that's on me. I don't think creative decisions should be based around that stuff. It limits stories and characters, like in this situation. It kind of forces the creative team to write around actually developing characters, because God forbid the game actually takes place after all the currently released titles in a series.
I can see it, clear as day.
Really, my problem is also for the future. I've accepted that Tactica might as well be a big ol' nothing sandwich, but my real problem lies in the fact that this could be the future of Persona spin-offs. Just titles to kill time and serve forgettable plots, which is not what I think the Persona series should be. I'm fine with the dancing games doing it because they did it first, but of the existing spin-offs for Persona 5, there is one actual canonical spin-off. The rest are stuck in this canon but forgotten limbo. Meanwhile, you still have questions from Royal that haven't been answered, or a question at least, and Persona 4 got 2 or 3 canonical spin-offs. But no, I guess we have to leave Tactica where it is, and we have to leave Persona 5 where it is. We can't ever touch the base game again, we can't touch the Royal arc, we can't spoil anything. Whatever. But hey, maybe you have a better outlook on this than I do. So why don't you leave your thoughts about Persona 5 Tactica's DLC in the comments down below. And also, you can leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe to the channel for more things Atlus, Persona, and JRPG related. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
My turn.
Damn, that's fucked up, dude.